So, I watch a lot of nature shows. And one of the things that you will learn, I watched this documentary about doves, and I found it quite interesting because this National Geographic special, they were talking about the fact that doves are some of the birds that fly the longest distances around the world. Okay? They do quite a lot of long distance travel. And the question is not only them, migrating birds. What do migrating birds use as a way to know where they need to go and how to come back? Because you've got birds, for example, that migrate from Zimbabwe to South Africa, changing seasons or environments. How? How is it that for as long as we can remember, these birds have been doing this journey, going to nest on Lake Malawi and then flying all the way, crossing all these countries, going to another lake in Kimberley, South Africa. And the issue is one. They say research shows that birds have landmarks. They have landmarks. There are certain landmarks that they use. They know that when they have hit this particular mountain, this is where they need to turn 20 degrees southeast. Okay? When they hit this particular forest, and they'll say even when you watch them in the sky, you'll see somewhere, if you are following them, they'll suddenly all change direction. It's because they've seen their landmark. Mission is a family landmark. It can be a very good point of guiding family members into what this family is about. But not only children. Truth be told, even us as adults, we lose our way. Do we not? Do we not? Yes. Even adults, we lose our way in life, in the marriage, elsewhere. And having a sense of mission as a family can be a very, very important way of bringing us back into the family. But also, it could be a very important way of keeping us. I think, for example, part of the, and I'm not saying it's the only reason, no, I'm saying part among many reasons. Some of the reasons, for example, why people end up in extramarital affairs is that as a family you are idle. As a family you are idle. What does the saying say? Exactly. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Families that are not grounded in some mission bore each other out. Yes. Okay? You can't. You can't just live for the same routine. It will have an impact in how even the marriage is run. Now, the challenge is I see one or two people here who are not married. I almost made a particular statement. But what I will say is that even when you are married, change is very good. It will help your marital life. Change is very, embrace change when you are married. Embrace it in every way. Okay? Travel together. Do holidays. Sleep in different places. You see, intimacy is difficult on a bed where you also discuss deaths. Think about it. Do you understand? Everything in your bedroom is a reminder of the toil of life, which makes it very difficult to see it as a sensual sanctuary. All right? Because when you are in that bed, what is next to you? A diary where you were jotting down the monthly budget. Yeah? Your work uniform hanging on the wardrobes. So the whole environment, it just does not excite you. Nothing about it is exciting. It's all labor. Everything is just labor and toil of life. And people don't think about that. But it's very difficult to be excited in an environment that never changes. But you know, when you're in a hotel, it's something else. The linen feels different on your skin. Eh? Okay, I'm talking to people who... I don't know what is happening in your houses, but clearly there's a crisis. Your silence has already told me there's a crisis. And we may need to actually venture for now a marriage retreat, not a family life one. Okay? Just specifically a marriage one. But change. So, in every aspect, that is why we were talking about mission yesterday. I'm just trying to help those who are not around. That mission is going to be part of those things that gives the family a drive and excitement and things to do, all right? So that we break this monotonous life where all we do is we wake up, we prepare the kids to go to school, we go to work, we come back, we cook, we help the children with homework, we pray, we watch TV, we sleep, we wake up, we prepare the children for school, we take them to school, we go to work, we come back, we help with the homework, we cook, we pray, we watch TV, we sleep. This is what many families are going through. Just like that, non-stop, 365. To the point that even what you call a holiday is not a holiday. My brothers and sisters, can I just tell you right now, visiting your in-laws is not a holiday. Stop confusing a holiday for visiting your in-laws. Visiting your in-laws is labor. It's not a holiday. It's labor. Nothing has changed. You've just moved from one boss to another. Nothing has changed. You can't say, let's take a holiday and visit our family. What? No. There's visiting our family, then there's a holiday. If we visit family, let's visit family. After visiting family, let's go on holiday. Holiday means someone else has to worry about what I'll eat. Are you with me? Someone else must worry about cleaning where I'm sleeping. If where you are, you must make the bed. It's not a holiday. Holiday means I will get up. I will make myself look good. I'll walk out the door. When I come back, someone will have made this clean. That's a holiday. Holiday means I will not have any relationship with the heat of a stove. Someone else will deal with that heat. What I want is to eat. That's a holiday. Can't say it's a holiday, you are busy slaving over salsa for your mother-in-law. It's 36 degrees, you are busy strong. No, that's not a holiday, that's labor. And those are the things that kill family life. Killing family life. Dies. And soon, husband and wife have become brother and sister. All of it dead. Okay? Change is good. As Africans, we must also be careful of this thing of calling each other by our position on our children. Yeah? Baba Gamandla. Huh? Kudzai's father. Yes, I'm Kudzai's father, but I'm your husband. Kudzai is the one that must say father, not you. Because that's where you stop seeing each other as lovers and you only see each other as parents. We've got many marriages in Africa where as soon as the children go to university, the parents divorce. Why? It's because you've spent the past... Now remember, raising children is a compound action. Because you have your first child, and then 2 or 3 years later, the second born. And then 2 or 3 years later, the third born. You understand? But you will only be free of the firstborn when they turn 18 and go to university. Yeah? Make sense? And you will only be free of the secondborn 3 years after that when they go to university. And you'll only be free of the lastborn 3 years after that one when they go to university. So what does that mean? It means in parenting, you are bound to spend at least a clean 20 years raising people. And during those 20 years, many marriages die because they switch. They forget that they were lovers before they were parents. And it's all about children, 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 children. Then what happens? The 20 years finish. The children leave. Suddenly you look at each other and realize, I've got no clue who you are. When you sit in the house and realize, I don't know this man. And he looks and realizes, I have no clue who this woman is. That is why we need to preserve the integrity of the family then way earlier. So these are the things that impact what we were talking about yesterday. When there's a sense of mission in the family, there's a sense of activity, personal identification, there is a sense of excitement. And those things also keep the bonds strong, husband and wife, parents and children. By the time the children leave the house, we never lost each other in the process. We still know who we are to each other. Okay? And I'm saying this in particular for us Africans, because in Africa there's guilt for taking care of yourselves as a couple. You feel you must always take care of children. You know, I like whites on this one. I think we could learn something from the white people on this one. Instilling independence on your children while they are still young. Getting them to know that as much as you are their parent, you are also equally somebody else's spouse. You know, children don't die like you think. Some of us, we carry our children everywhere like handbags. Holiday with the children. Home with the children. Church with the children. And you have to ask, have you ever traveled just the two of you? Just the two of you. No, where will we leave our children with your aunt, with your sister, or your brother and their family? Oh no, we can't leave our children. Why? They don't die. Children don't die. They cry when you leave. But after 2 minutes, they focus on the aunt and the uncle who's there. They don't die. But Africans are convinced, my children will die without me. Which is why even the African concept of a holiday doesn't make sense. Because there are so many children, you are still working. Okay? There can be a family holiday. Let's go with the kids. To Kruger National Park. Nice. Then we come back. Not December is coming. You spread your holidays nicely. Let's spread these 4-week holidays nicely. So what are we doing? No, 1 week we will go to Tolocho to visit your family. That's not a holiday, all right? It's visiting the relatives. Then after that, what do? We are going to do 1 week at Vic Falls with the kids, all right? Then what do? Then we come back and drop them with some relatives, Kokonomkul, right? Then what do? Now we leave, the two of us. The way you guys are looking at me is like, what is he talking about? 1 week away. Now it's the two of you. Because that relationship also needs to be nursed. You come back. But you can add to that. How many of you take holidays with your siblings? Yeah, there's no sin. Being married doesn't mean you don't have a family you come from. Especially for you married people. Okay? Because now it's like if I go on holiday with my sisters, I've performed the greatest crime under the sun. No, it's okay to say, my brothers, my siblings and I, we've planned a holiday. You know? And I know I'm married people, stop making people feel guilty for loving the family they come from. There's no sin. Oh, so you are leaving me? Yes, you are not my sibling. You are my husband, not my sibling. This is a siblings holiday. Plan your holiday with your siblings. I don't have siblings, you've got cousins, they are your siblings. You go plan together, travel. I'll also be traveling with mine. We'll send each other photos as we are. There's no sin in that. It's those things that keep the spirit alive and excited. And when we come together, it feels good. Okay? So, mission can build on all of those things. I'm just trying to show that you can't run family on a stagnant approach. Are we together? All right. So, now we get into today's lesson. Today we want to talk about enhancing abilities and celebrating differences. And there are two stories that I want us to consider from the Bible in this particular case. You see, families are by default made of many different people. And one of the things families struggle with, Ella, is the uniqueness of each family member. Are you with me? Because the word family mixes everyone, we confuse family unity for individual similarity. And we think, no, but we are a family, so we should all behave the same. No. The success of a family is unity in diversity. We are not the same. We are a family, but we are not the same. And that means each and every person, first and foremost, has to be acknowledged. Now, I want to talk about that from two perspectives. When you go to the book of Genesis chapter 4, let me just start reading there from verse 1. Have you found Genesis 4? Right. It says, now Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, and said, I have acquired a man from the Lord. Then she bore again, this time his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought an offering, the fruit of the ground, to the Lord. Abel brought the first of his firstborn, of his flock, and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. Let's look at that story. The couple Adam and Eve are now conceiving children. So the Bible tells us that the first child they received was Cain. And they called him Cain because they said, Eve says, I have received a man from the Lord. Okay? That verse has its own Christological implications, which I won't talk to right now because that's not the point of focus. Then she gives birth again, and this time she gives birth to another boy. His name is Abel. Now the Bible then tells us one keeps sheep, the other one tills the ground. Are we still together? So right there, the Bible introduces us to differences in character. But I hope we notice immediately that as the story begins, no one has a problem with the fact that they are different. No one says there's a problem. Are you with me? We find nowhere here in the story where the Bible says, and the Lord was not pleased that Cain worked the ground. Are you with me? Neither do you hear anywhere in the story where the Bible says, and the parents were not pleased because Cain worked the ground, or not pleased because Abel worked with the animals. Nowhere is that said. I'll even take it further. When the Bible speaks of an offering, I don't know if you've ever paid attention. The Bible simply says, And there came a time for them to bring an offering to the Lord. Are you with me? And again, the Bible never says what type of offering should they have brought. Have you ever noticed that? Huh? You've never? It doesn't. They bring offerings. And again, if we're dealing with it theologically, we could talk about why then God rejected the offering of Cain. But look at what happens. After God rejects Cain's offering, the Bible says there was a conversation between Cain and Abel. We don't know what was the conversation. All we know is that at the end of the conversation, Abel was dead. Right. And that's what we need to talk about. I want to talk about differences in the family, but first from your side as an individual. You see, here's something I need you to understand. Every member of the family is unique. But this is what I need you to understand first. If you are not comfortable with your own uniqueness, you may murder someone in the family just to feel good about yourself. If you do not embrace who you are as an individual, someone in the family will have to suffer so that you establish your dominance over them in order to prove your existence. Am I making sense? You see, the desire to establish yourself, when you are uncomfortable with your own existence, you establish yourself at the expense of others. When you have insecurities about your own being, your own existence, your own personality, your own character, what you end up doing in order to compensate for your inferiority, you eventually identify someone in the family you can trample upon in order to validate who you are. We see it every day. Husbands who trample on wives, wives who trample on husbands, siblings who trample on each other. Where does it come from? It is the fear of looking at the mirror and liking what you see. So to validate the shame, someone here, the concept of I need to put out your candle so my candle may shine brighter, it doesn't. Your flame does not increase when other flames go out. It will still emit the same light it was emitting before. And family members who don't embrace their individuality will trample everyone into similarity. Because here, everyone must look like me, behave like me, hear like me, see like me, understand like me. If they don't do it, I will stomp them into obedience. Huh? Deal with yourself. Listen to me. You are unique. You are not superior. Don't confuse the two. You are unique. You are not superior. People don't need to think like you, act like you, in order for them to be worthy. But in most of our families are the first factory where God's creative diversity dies. Whereas God has created these wonderfully diverse individuals, the family will be the first to say, who do you think you are to be unique here? You must be like all of us. The sheep mentality. Turn when we turn. Stop when we stop. Sing when we sing. Stand when we stand. But wait a minute. Did not the Creator give power to genetics to craft unique individuals? If God wanted one type, he would have not permitted genetic development. Listen to me. If God only wanted your type in the world, you know what he would have done? He would have created one species of human. There would have been no two genders. There would be one gender, and that gender would self-procreate without another. Yeah? If God only wanted one type, there would have been Adam only, and Adam would have had the ability to self-impregnate. Then all that comes out of Adam is just himself multiplied. The reason God puts a man and a woman is because he needs genetics to play their role in diversity. So I am not the ultimate of what humanity is. I am one strand of 7 billion variations. Are you with me? Even my children are not just mine. They are mine with my wife. The genetics in my children is not mine, it's mine plus my wife. Are we together? But guess what else will be added there? It's not just the genes that form character. The two genes may come from two parties, but when those genes form one strand, they also get to make their own decision about the person they are forming. And when that person is born, the environment will also have its own role in shaping that person. We are unique. We are not superior to each other. But I need us to understand this, because the sooner you absorb it about yourself, the sooner you will save the life of Abel. In our families, there are Abels that are dying. Okay? Well, depending on which school you went to, he may be Abel or Abel. It really depends. The level, you know. I've got 3 sons who are masters of correcting. You know, my wife and I will say, we need capital. They say, no, capital. It's capital. Like, no, it's capital. No, capital. Like, no, why are you heavy? It's not capital. It's capital. Okay. So we are learning as we go. When I went to school, I studied biology. I'm now told it's biology. Like, you can't. What is biology? No, it's what I studied. No, it's not biology. It's biology. Okay? Ease on it. So I'm trying to ease on it, Abel. All right? But from where I come from, it's Abel. All right? But I've been told, ease it, Dad, ease it. You know, heavy tongue. So, somewhere in our families, there are many Abels that are dying. Because someone wants to be so comfortable in their own skin, they have to bash everyone into looking like. Don't do that. Listen to the text. No one had an issue with with Cain. Cain had issues with himself. But because he doesn't deal with himself, he gets to bring the wrong offering. He gets to kill his brother. He gets to earn himself a curse. All this from the failure of making peace with who you are. Are you still with me, church? Very important. Family members are not the same. They are unique. But I'm just starting with you first. I need us to embrace, I'm not the same as everyone. And I'm not superior, I'm different. Tell yourself that every day. Because it will help us even on family discussions. Yeah? Some of us will fight for days. Because it's impossible for me to be wrong. Why? Are you God's cousin? But the humility to simply say, we are unique, we are different. I am arguing this as I perceive it. Yeah? My wife or husband is arguing it as they perceive it. what if I paused and tried to see things from their perspective? Imagine how families would be like if, as we talk, my number one rule is, I am not superior to you. We are different. You are not telling me what is inferior. You are telling me what is different. So let me try and hear it from your side. Now what happens? We donate positions. Because if we are married and every time you talk, I am trying to say, what is she saying from her perspective? And when I talk, you are doing the same. What is happening? We are now changing positions. You are sitting where I am sitting where you are, and the ability to hear each other is suddenly productive. But when I'm convinced I can never be wrong, I'll forget it. Nothing will come of it. Huh? Nothing will come of it. That is why, and I want to then show what it is its outgrowth. What then happens are a number of things. This is why we see homes with physical violence. Physical, let me put it to you very simply. What is physical violence? Evidence the brain has failed. You resort to violence when reasoning can no longer be applied. That's it. So you've got families that are driven by violence. Why? Because if I cannot intellectually beat you to submission, I'll have to physically do it. Because it's this conviction, I can never be wrong. I can never be wrong. Or we pull the gender card. My group likes that. I am the man of this house. But that statement says you've intellectually failed the argument. Only when intellectuality has failed do you need to pull gender. Because if your intellectuality still had miles to go, you would then say, okay, maybe let me try and convince you differently. Let me come up with a different way of explaining. So once you say, I am the man of this house, intellectuality has failed. Women do it as well. A woman who loses the argument withdraws the services in the bedroom. So don't think it's only men who play gender. Women also do it. When a woman has failed intellectually, she'll punish you in the bedroom. It's failure of intellectuality. We are sleeping with someone in the bed, they're no longer talking, they are facing this way. Why? Intellectuality lost an argument, so now you must go for a punishing act. Our families need to move away from that. We need to come to a point where we respect, just at that level. First, get it in our heads. We are different. We are different. Keep getting it into your head. We are different. We are unique. We are different. We are unique. We are a family, but we are different. We are unique. When you approach your family members, you need to recite this in your head. This is my family member, but different from me. Unique. So that as you begin the conversation, you are not expecting to hear yourself. Because some of our family members are not listening to us. They are listening to themselves through us. All they want to hear is us repeat what they think, instead of listening to what I am saying. There's a difference between listening and waiting for me to say what you like. Are we still together? Have I lost some of you? So, Cain is unique. Abel is unique. Nowhere in the story is God complaining. Nowhere in the story are the parents complaining. That is phase one of what I want us to talk about. Understand that if you are experiencing being a Cain in the family, deal with yourself. You are unique. But in being unique, you don't need Abel to die for us to see that you are unique. You can thrive together with Abel in the same space. You can. Are we still together? You can. I'm married. My wife is very different to me. Okay? Very different. But our marriage is working very well so far, 12 years down the line. And we are hoping it keeps working that way for the next at least 43 years or so. I'm targeting to be married to her for 65 years. After that, I think I'll be ready to die. I've calculated the age, and I think I'll be ready to die. I'll be okay. But I don't want to live sooner than that. So, my wife is very detailed. Very detailed. I'm a big picture guy. Okay? I see the mountain. My wife sees all the trees. Are you with me? That's how we are. I articulate. My wife is a very good listener. When my wife listens to you, you would think you told the story to 1,000 people. She's got a way of listening that makes you think you are in a hall and everyone is just paying attention to you. Makes you feel so comfortable. You understand? I'm a preacher, she's a singer. That's what she does. She loves singing. I love preaching. I always tell people, stop this thing of inviting pastors and their wives and saying to the pastor's wife, can you do a children's story? Who told you pastors' wives are called for children's stories? A pastor's wife has her own spiritual gifts. No, I need to say it. Stop doing it. You are making pastors' wives to not discover their talents of serving God. No one said a pastor's wife tells children's stories. Stop it. Ask, my Mfundis, what can you do for us? Let her tell you, I like youth, I like this. Then assign her there. Now the poor woman must be all over Google looking for children's stories. And she has zero interest in children. The only children she can tolerate are her own. It's part of the death of uniqueness in the church. But today we are not talking about the church, we are talking about the family. Okay? Different. But different doesn't have to conflict. Doesn't have to be. Alright? We can embrace different and in fact use it very well. Okay? I'll touch on that a bit later on. So number one is about you. You are unique. You are Cain. Be comfortable with who you are before you kill Abel. The longer you don't deal with who you are, the more people are dying around you in the family. Are you with me? You are not superior, you are just unique. Embrace it. Okay? Be comfortable with it. This is how I think, this is how I process. That's me. Comfort with it, so that you don't have to beat it into somebody else. Now, then the second issue arises. I want you to go with me to Genesis 25. Genesis 25, verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau. He ate of his gain, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Now we are getting to the other part of it. The other people in the family. Part one was you comfortable with yourself. Part two, you need to embrace the differences in your family members without dividing them. Rebekah and Isaac, horrible parents, parents of favorites. Esau, daddy's boy. Jacob, mommy's boy. Jacob, Isaac, no patience for Jacob. No interest. It's all about him and his boy. You can picture him if it was modern day church. Isaac talking about Esau, this is my boy. Because he does many things. This is my boy. He's just made it first team rugby at school. This is my boy. We go hiking together. Then when Jacob comes, oh, this is Jacob. My son. When Rebecca comes, oh, this is my son Jacob. Lovely boy. Best a parent could ever ask for. So helpful around the house. You know, with him I don't have to say it twice. Then there's Esau. I don't know what I did wrong. I just don't know what I did wrong. With Esau, I've tried everything. Be very careful. How we love each other should celebrate our uniqueness and not divide us. Are you listening to me? You need to think very carefully about what I'm saying right now. Is your love dividing or uniting your family? What kind of love do you deploy on a daily basis? To children, if you've got them. Your siblings, if you have them. Even to your parents. Because it can also go that way. You've got children who will go over and beyond for their mother. But their father, no. Some will do it for the father, but not for the mother. I'm not even talking about a case where mom raised you, dad disappeared. Just talking about parents who both raised you. Both were there for you, doing their part. Are you with me? But you'll have children who just feel, if mom asks for something, I'm even prepared to take a loan. But if dad needs something, he can wait. I'm still budgeting. Others, if my father asks, it will be done. If my mother asks, that woman is so troublesome. She never gets enough. Be careful of deploying love that beats uniqueness into enmity. You see, these boys were unique, but instead of their parents celebrating them, they taught them that their uniqueness makes them enemies. So even, and this will affect parenting quite a lot. There are children, let me be very blunt with you. Some of our children will talk to each other the last time on your funeral. After that, they'll tell each other, the only person we respected is now gone. Live your life, I'll live mine. And when you get to the source, why? Others will say, you were loved at my expense. I was always wrong. I was always not doing right. You were always the favorite. We are done. The people who bonded us together are gone. Go east, I'll go west. If I never see you, it's too soon. Many parents don't understand that we are not going to leave a legacy of united families. We are going to leave a disaster. Because our love did not celebrate differences. It wanted to fine-tune everyone into doing the same thing. And it starts when children are young. My brothers and sisters, let me make this very clear. Parenting is not a one-way street. It's not just you making the child what you want. It's also you listening to the child tell you who they are. Don't know what's wrong with you. Your brother, a student, medical doctor. You, what is going on? You didn't listen. Don't listen. Parents don't listen to children. The soul of a child will tell you from childhood, I'm an artist. Not in this house. In this house, we are all PhD graduates. But the soul of a child keeps crying, God, put my PhD in my hands. When I play that guitar, I'm playing my PhD. No. You will do your A-levels, your O-levels, you will go to university, you are going to come out, you will do a master's degree. Then you are free to do your own thing. But what does that do to the child who's different? Because they can match this standard. So there's this one every 2 years. Families, There's this one in the family every 2 years, you graduate. Every 2 years, invitation. Oh, guys, I've finished my master's. Oh, guys, I've finished this degree. So we are constantly pitching marquees to celebrate this person. It's not that others are failing. We are blind to their achievements. And what are we doing? We are cooking tension in the process. Isaac and Rebekah are the ones who cooked that stew where these boys nearly killed each other. Thank God they found each other and forgave each other. But it was no contribution from the parents. God intervened. As far as these parents are concerned, they had destroyed these boys. Failure to acknowledge individuality of others in the family will kill them. It's not easy. Believe you me, it's not easy. Alright? Our firstborn at home, such a quiet gentleman. We raise this quiet gentleman, we think, our life is a breeze. The secondborn came. If I show you his videos from childhood, Ndalo sings to the top of his voice. Everything to him must just have noise. And we thought, okay, let's adjust. Okay, it's noisy. The last born, we thought we had noise. 6 a.m. on the passage towards the bathroom. He's already on the highest note you can think of. And you will say, it's a Sunday. We are still sleeping at 6. And you are already. Please understand, even in such difficulty, embrace this uniqueness and teach them to love each other for their differences. Because they'll frustrate each other. But you have to say, listen, you guys are different. Understand when your sister is doing this, they are not meaning you harm. This is just how they view the world. And teach the other one. You know, your brother is different to you. When you do things this way, you really trigger him and annoy him. I know you are not being a bad sister, but can you see things from his world? You are challenging them to celebrate their differences. Why? Because life has problems that need diverse perspectives. When we teach our family members to celebrate our differences, we solve family problems quicker because we can see different sides of the problem. But when we want everyone to conform, we will always approach problems from one side. We will always lose. A family that embraces diversity, differences, is a family that when it is united, it can kill a problem overnight. Because this one steps in and says, oh, okay, this is what, even planning. Let me tell you another family problem. Money. In some of our families, there are people who think because they have money, they are right. That's another family problem. I've got money, therefore I'm right. So when we have a family meeting, the one who has money thinks they must direct how things will go. We could be planning our parents, let's say maybe our parents are turning 70 or 80. We want to plan their 80th birthday. The one who has money suddenly thinks they have everything. No, let's hire that caterer. No, let's use that venue. No. We are not doing your event. We are celebrating our parents. Our. Not your. Our. But people with money in the family don't understand that. They think they must direct the show. Brothers and sisters, being rich is not equal to being correct. You cannot use money to regulate your family relationships. Yes, you may have the money. That is God's appointment for you in the family. Are you with me? But someone plans better than you in the family. Are you with me? You may be the planner, but someone has a gift of negotiating better. So just because you did the planning, it doesn't mean do the buying. You may come back having bought everything at full price, but if she went with your plan, she could have come back half price. So now do you see the steps? Someone paid, someone planned, someone went with the money and the plan, came back with change. We work together. We are different. Yeah? Someone will do the speech on behalf of the siblings. Just because, I've seen it, because when a pastor get invited in all these things, pastor come, we are doing an 80th for our parents. Then you see these 5 siblings there. Everyone wants to talk. And after they are done talking, you think one person should have spoken here. These 4, they've told us things we should have never heard. There's one person here whose speech was really necessary for us to hear. But no, everyone wants to be on the mic. I just want to talk about my parents. We may be 5 siblings. One has the gift of speaking. You will speak for us. Okay, I'll speak for you. Tell me what you'd like my message to incorporate. Diversity. Celebrate diversity. Don't try and kill it. Embrace it. Enhance it. That family will be strong. But if we will continue on this path of beating each other to submission of uniformity, we are killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves. It's not going to work. The target of life must be understood. Read your Bible very carefully. We are here to achieve 2 targets. Solomon lays them out in the book of Ecclesiastes. There are only 2 targets to being human. Fear God, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Rejoice in the days of your youth. So why are we here? To worship and to be happy. There are only 2 reasons to be here. Be worship and be happy. So under worship, what falls under that umbrella? God, church, service to humanity, things that you do as a gift to others. Then there are things that fall under happiness. What is that? Friends, family, career, education, those you are doing for you. Are you with me? Nowhere in the Bible does it say, when thou hast achieved thine PhDF, thou shalt have fulfilleth thine life goaleth. There is no such a thing. No one in heaven is expecting you to have a master's degree. If you want it, God will support you for your happiness, not for his goals. Why am I saying it? Because then we need to instill that in our children. We need to instill that in our family members. We will support what you need to do in order to be happy. Not we will support what you have to do in order to look like us. The target is your children must be happy. Are you listening to me? You can't have a miserable child and say, yeah, they are miserable, but they have a PhD. Imagine yourself as a parent. Now you've got a child who is miserable. They feel their life has been wasted. They have done nothing that they wanted to accomplish, but they have a PhD because you wanted them to have a PhD. So like, here's my miserable doctorate of a child. No. Ask, what do you need in order to live a meaningful life? That's all we need. Guide our children, support our siblings and our family members to achieving a state of happiness. My brothers and sisters, listen to me. Don't think we all want a house like yours. We may be siblings. One of the things that we, and I'm wrapping up this session now with this last 5 minutes. One of the things we struggle with, particularly as siblings struggle with this a lot. You don't understand why your siblings are not as ambitious as you. We don't want your house. Yeah? You have siblings who talk about themselves as a standard. You don't find this, I've got my 4 siblings. You know, I study. Now I have 3 master's degrees and 2 degrees. My siblings are just not studying. I don't understand. They speak to you as a pastor with passion. I don't understand. Can you just help? Can you help? That's how should I help? Can you just do something? Speak to my siblings, inspire them. Inspire them to do what? They need to focus. Focus on what? You know, like me, I'm at school, yes, but school is not the standard of life. You are failing to respect that they have a journey towards success and productivity that doesn't travel where you have traveled. Yes, you want to drive a Toyota Land Cruiser 300. You want to drive into a property where there's a security and a gardener and 2 maids. You want a house with 9 bedrooms, even though it's just the 2 of you and 1 child. You want that. Some people, they want a 3-bedroom house. They don't want a piece of land more than 1,000 square meters. It's too much. They are not that green-fingered. So what do you do from your high horse, visiting your siblings who live in their nice small houses? How are you guys surviving? Yeah? I mean, don't you want to expand the house? No. No. Not everyone wants to live in a cathedral. You do. When you enter your cathedral, you are at peace. When we enter our chapel, we are at peace. Let everyone find joy with themselves. Be happy. And if your siblings are happy, be happy for them.
Hallelujah.
Be happy. You know, my sister married a man who has no education. Yes, her priority was to be loved. She wasn't looking for a professor. You were. I just don't understand why my sister would marry a man without education. Love is not a degree. She met a man who gives her the love she needs. When she compared the love to the budget, it all balanced. This is what she wants. Huh? Now I look at my sister struggling. They can't even go on holiday. No. She balanced things out. This worked out for her.
Yeah.
She's happy. If she was unhappy, that would be different. She's happy. You ask her, are you happy in your marriage? Top of the world. So what's the problem? Because the target is to worship God and live a life that is happy. When we go to the grave, we shall not be asked. Let me tell you this illustration as a closing point. It doesn't come from Christianity. The Egyptians worshipped many gods, but this is what they believed. The Egyptians believed when you die, before you can cross over to heaven or to hell, the gods ask you 2 questions at the gate. It is your answer that determined whether you go to heaven or to hell. So the Egyptians said, the gods would ask you, were you happy on earth? 2, did you make others happy? In Egyptian religion, it had to be either yes on both or no on both. Yes on one, no on one equates to hell. It had to be yes on both. Were you happy on earth? Yes. Did you make others happy? Yes. They would open the gates of heaven. If you said no even to one, they said they would open the gates of hell. It's simple. It's in the Bible. Solomon talks about it in Ecclesiastes. Be happy. Make others happy. That's what Solomon is trying to say. He keeps repeating it. Love the wife of your youth. Enjoy your youth. Love the wife of your youth. Enjoy your youth. Don't get caught up on the wife part. He's speaking from his patriarchal language. He's simply saying, love those that God has given you. Love them. Who are they? Your family, your church, your community. Love others. Make them happy. Number 2, love yourself. Be happy with yourself. Then fear God and keep His commandments. We are unique. We are different. So we are going on break now. And I need you to be mentally fresh, because I need you to then start this conversation with your family. Are we celebrating our uniqueness, or are we killing each other? This is not a discussion of accusation. It's a taking stock. Maybe you are parents. It's good to call your children, even if they are old and they've left your house. During this week, you can call your children and say, my children, I was in this presentation. There was this very loud South African pastor. He spoke about celebrating uniqueness. Do you think we've celebrated you? Let your children give you feedback. I always find it fascinating that parents will say, I'm a good parent, but you've never asked the children. But you're not parenting yourself, you're parenting them. How do you know you're a good parent when you've never asked your children? Because they are the ones receiving your parenting. You're not parenting yourself. Ask, even our little ones. During this week, have some time. You are driving them to school. Ask them, how do you we do that. My wife and I, we do that. We learned, God helped us to learn it very early. When we are driving them to school, I'll sometimes ask them, what do you think of me as a father? Are you happy? They'll tell me. They'll tell me. Huh? It's important to hear. Okay? Yes, you're a good dad. And I'll ask, why am I good? And they'll count. And then I'll ask, where do you think I could do better? Eh? They'll tell you. Don't be hurt. You are parenting them. It's their right to tell you how you come across. No, Daddy, I think that sometimes you are too strict. Don't go, hey! Chill! Chill! You're going to die, your veins will pop. Okay? Relax. No, Mom, we think sometimes you shout too much. Me? Shouting? You are doing it now. No, relax. Oh, is it? Do I shout a lot? Yes, mom, you really shout a lot. Oh, okay. I will be more conscious of it. I will try and lessen it. Then it's a partnership. Can you also help me? Pay attention to the things I shout about. Because if you pay more attention to them, I'll have to shout less. We are getting into a partnership. End of session 1. God bless you. Let's take a break, have some refreshments. Shall we pray? Father,